Backlash, the main event after WrestleMania, the PLE that tells us what is the backlash from WrestleMania and who's going to do what, who's holding what belts by the end. I don't know, but we're going to talk about it today. Welcome back to your favorite podcast. I am your host, King, and this is the greatest co host in the WWE franchise, JC3. And today we're back with another video. Today we're talking about wrestling and we're talking about WWE Backlash in Tampa, Florida 2026, baby. And if you like wrestling, we talk about it a lot here. If you like Marvel, DC, and other things considered nerdy, consider dropping us a follow, share it to your friends, like a video, maybe drop a comment to tell us what your opinion was on some of these matches. After all of that's been said, let's get the show started. So, today we're going to go a little bit by match, and our first match out the gate was Braun Breaker and Seth freaking Rollins. Jay, kick it off.
Man, I think that this was a great start to the PLE. Strong opener. Had a nice little steady build up between Seth and Breaker on Raw. So I thought this match was actually pretty good, man. It started hot right out the gate. Seth jumped on Breaker before the bell even rang. We had lots of counters in this match. Counter from a Falcon Arrow by Braun Breaker. We also had a nice spot by Breaker where he jumped from the ring apron and clotheslined Seth right over the announce table. I thought that was pretty cool. Some interference from the Vision, which ultimately allowed Breaker to win with the spear, but not before it got countered by a pedigree with Seth. So overall, I think this was a really good opener. Great, strong match. Unnecessary interference, but get it because of the storyline. But I was impressed.
I actually really like this match. This was one that the both of the competitors, Breaker and Rollins, are actually really good in-ring workers. So the kind of tit for tat they were giving each other when it came to spears, pedigrees, reversals, it was really fun. And there was that moment where you always know Braun Breaker is gonna charge up, ring to ring, and spear the hell out of somebody. So when I love when they pull that out, and Seth Rollins is kind of like, oh, something's in my eye, and then Breaker destroys him. I love that. Now, what I will say for me is the the Vision, of course, has to come out and do some kind of interfering, which I mean is a staple for a good heel faction. Judgment Day uses it a lot. Damage Control used to use it a lot, always with the extra man and interference. It works, I understand it, but for me, it's just getting a little old, man. I'm getting a bit bored of again. Here comes the boys, and they gotta wreck them. But it did give Breaker the win, gave him a dub over Seth Rollins, and allows him to take the advantage in that moment. All in all, I can't be super mad at it. That's just how it goes. And I thought this one was a decent delivery as far as the matches that we had in the night. Let's move on to the next match. This was probably the match I was a little more entertained with because I just love Trick Williams. I love Sami Zayn. I love what they do. I love the entrances. But man, Little Yachty is following that boy around like a dog.
Yeah, he straight up is. I'm enjoying this. I enjoy these superstars as well. I think you and I can both say the only thing we don't care for is the gingerbread man aspect of it. But honestly, I thought that this match was better than their WrestleMania match, mainly just because, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but I did like Lil Yachty's involvement in this match as well. Sammy straight up turned into a heel in this match if he wasn't one already, feigning the knee injury and also using the cane on Lil Yachty when he was beating him with it. That did low key I thought that was funny. Another fun spot in the match is when Lil Yachty ate a haluva kick from Sami Zayn. Couldn't help but laugh at that. But ultimately, Sammy got tripped up by Trick Williams. Got a trick shot for the win, and our boy Trick is still the United States champion. I thought this was a fun match. Sammy, I think, carried the story along, but the right guy went over.
I loved seeing Little Yachty get chased around the ring for a minute. That was pretty funny, and Sami Zayn was just kinda chasing him around the outside. That Helluva Kick was devastating. I do like Little Yachty. I think what's happening for me is that they're just kind of using him too much. I wish he was there, like, every other appearance, but this one, his interference made a little more sense, and I think the goal overall is trying to get Sami Zayn to fully go heel. I think this might be the way to do it. What I don't think is the way to do it, however, is what you mentioned. The gingerbread man thing is kind of feels a little off, feels a little wrong, feels a little almost bigoted just because he's a ginger. And like we get the reference, but it seems a little tone deaf for me. But that's just my opinion. I'm just one man under the sun. I'm gonna let you, Jay, introduce the next match. Was a tag team match, but I'm just gonna go ahead and put this out there ahead of time for everybody who's watching. I didn't watch it. I looked at it for 10 seconds and walked away, got a drink of water, used the bathroom. I did not watch this match, nor did I really care to. Let somebody who actually watched it and might have cared a little bit tell you about what happened.
Oh, King, I didn't care that much, bro. The match that King is referring to is tag team match. The Miz and Kit Wilson against Danhausen and his mystery opponent, based off the reveal at WrestleMania. I feel like we really weren't looking much to what the surprise was for this, and we had the right mindset too. All I'll say for this match is it didn't try to be anything more than what it was, which is a compliment to it. They knew what they were doing. His mystery partner is just a bunch of mini Housens. The only part of this match that I thought was funny was The Miz delivering a skull crushing finale to one of the mini Housens. Couldn't help but laugh at that. Ultimately, Danhausen won. Yeah, guys, Danhausen's in the WWE, and the merch, he's killing it in the merch sales. So, yay, Danhausen.
Here's the thing for the audience and WWE who does not watch our podcast, but I wish you did. I am starting to enjoy the character of Danhausen himself. I was pretty excited, or I wouldn't say excited. I was interested in seeing what this match could have been and what surprise tag team partner he could have chose. Another moment where I felt like it was culturally weird and a little tone deaf that they ushered out the mini Housens again. I thought that was weird and I wasn't a huge fan of it. And that's why I really didn't tune into that part. But Danhausen, I got to be honest on screen, he's all right in my book. I ain't really mad at him no more. And I get what he's doing there. So, and I love to see the fandom. People more and more have his shirts, they're face painted. Clearly, he's reaching the audience. And I can't really be mad at that. I just don't like the kind of tone deafness that they're doing with these bits. It's just weird to me, just me. But let's move on to a more important match that we didn't know was going to be as important as it was until the end. And that was the match between Io Sky and longtime mentor Asuka.
Oh my goodness! For me personally, this was the match that I was anticipating for the PLE. To me, this match was the best match of the night. You have a legend in Asuka and the rising star of Io, who is arguably the best female wrestler that WWE has right now. So me, along with a lot of other people, were really looking forward to this match, with it being the only women's match on the card as well. And I got to say, they delivered. Right before the match started, we heard chants of "We want Kyrie," that being Kyrie Sane, who was recently released by WWE. But it just shows you the talent of these two women when the crowd goes from chanting "We want Kyrie" to chanting "This is awesome," because they fully delivered. Favorite spot in the match, or one of the favorite spots, I think, is when Io blocked Asuka's mist with Wade Barrett's notebook. I thought that was pretty fun. And we also had a nice counter from Asuka when Io attempted the over the moonsault, and she caught it with the Asuka lock. Really thought that was cool. Ultimately, these women put it all out there, and we had a bullet train delivered by Io and an over the moonsault for the win. And right after the match, they hugged and embraced, breaking the kayfabe and seemingly revealing that this may be Asuka's last match in the WWE. And if it is, I thought it was a fitting send off.
I can't really argue with anything you said, man. One, the being the only women's match in the PLE, you couldn't really ask for two better people. They are two of the best and most technical wrestlers in the game, male or female. Fantastic technical wrestlers, and love to see them work. I think for me, I was a little over it just because we've seen this story for a while with them being together in damage control, losing damage control. It's been a lot of EO versus Asuka. The sad part about it is we didn't have Kyrie Sane there to add the extra comedy, element that she usually does. And like you mentioned, the crowd was noticing that and they wanted them some Kyrie saying, but that, like you mentioned it as well, that turned around to the this is awesome chance because again, they were gonna put on a clinic. They are amazing wrestlers and they did give us a big match. The thing that I think it really locked in for me being real or being a little more important is when I realized myself that this could be Oscar's last match. And if it was, then forget everything I said, but going back, okay? I appreciate Asuka and I'm happy that she was there and happy to have watched her wrestle for a few years. And if she decides to go on, then salute to you, Asuka. You do a good job. You are a great heel, even though you drive me crazy, but that is the point. So salute to y'all. I actually missed this segment, so I'm gonna let Jay tell us what this segment was with John Cena.
Well, the next segment that we got on the PLE was the never seen 17-time champ John Cena gracing us with his presence, all suited up, still trying to get used to that, but it's okay. He came out with a big announcement, apparently, according to him, history making, groundbreaking announcement. And that is that we will be having a John Cena classic, kind of mirroring what they did for the Saturday night main event during his for his final match. They're going to have some exhibition matches. It's going to be a whole event, main roster talent against NXT talent, just to show what is coming for the future of the WWE. They're also adding in a championship with this. And another bonus that they've added is that they're going to involve the fans, in which they are going to let us vote for who could possibly be the champion, meaning even if person didn't win their match, if we vote for them and respect their hustle, they could still possibly win this John Cena Classic. My thoughts on it, for me, if it's a chance to build up a new superstar, then I'm all for it. We see what his Saturday night's main event has done for Sol Ruka, and we definitely have seen what it's done for Obafemi. So I'm excited to see what we get from this tournament. And my only concern would be the fan voting, because I wouldn't want us to just pick somebody just because we love them with all our hearts, because that's how Sami Zayn might become champion. But overall, I'm excited for what's coming with the John Cena Classic.
Nice. That sounds actually really cool. I full disclosure, I fell asleep for a while and had to rewatch some of this, so I did not see that part. But moving on to our final match, Roman Reigns versus Jacob Fatu, the family dynamic that they have. Kick us off with your thoughts.
Man, honestly, I feel like we all knew the outcome of this match. Roman Reigns just became champion, so I don't really think that anybody thought that Fatu was going to win. But I think the best thing you can do in these scenarios is, even though it's predictable, just give us a really, really good match. And I think that these two men did just that. Fatu looked unstoppable. Had a counter for everything that the OTC did. One particular little spot in the match that I appreciated was the Superman punch to Fatu, but he kicked out after two, and then he ended up delivering a power bomb to Roman Reigns through the announce table. I thought that spot was pretty cool. We had a few Superman punches here and there. Had his double jump moonsault that he delivered to Roman Reigns, only for Reigns to kick out. This match was intense. It was brutal. We didn't get any bloodline interference, which was nice. However, we did have the turnbuckle, the top turnbuckle exposed, which allowed Roman Reigns to get one over on Fatu by hitting his head onto the turnbuckle. Spear, 1, 2, 3 for the win, and still our world heavyweight champion, OTC Roman Reigns. But I think the beauty of this match as well is, even though Fatu lost, he still looked really strong, because after that, he still delivered a Tongan death grip to Roman Reigns, wouldn't let him go, had management come out trying to break him off, and he looked exactly like an unhinged, crazy Samoan werewolf.
Agreed, man. This was my favorite fight. I had to watch this bad boy twice because I wanted to make sure that I got in everything that I might have missed the first time. Jacob really looks like a competitor. It does move him into the main event scene in a better way and shows that he can last rounds with some of the best, which we know Jacob Fatu can do. He was the enforcer, he was that guy, and knocking him down ain't an easy thing, even if you do Superman punch him. So I do love the fact that he's getting to main event a PLE with his cousin, and they were really tearing it up. They were going back and forth with some of the best moves that I've seen them do in a while, and good energy. And as you mentioned, I do love that after the win, Jacob was fully bad guy, fully kind of hill mode and destroying his own cousin, locking him in. He kept doing the move. There was nobody that was going to help. Everybody and their mom came out from the back. You never know that many people work there until they all come out, and none of them can hold Jacob back. He walks out a little bit, then he comes back. He didn't have enough. So the fallout from this altercation between these two after the match should be interesting to see what's going to come next. Those two, and will eventually Jacob acknowledge Roman Reigns, or is he going to go in a completely different direction and maybe bring in another cousin to help fight the bloodline? But that's the whole kit and caboodle. I'm going to give my last thoughts. I'm going to let Jay take us out as he always does. I think this was a serviceable PLE for me. Nothing too crazy to write home about for me. I would give it above average for sure, maybe an 8 for me. It is fun to have them up there. It wasn't my exact cup of tea, but I do believe that I'm going to hang in there and keep watching for a while until I'm totally exhausted with the craziness. But for right now, you still got me.
Even when you're exhausted, tag me in, King. I got you. For me, I thought that this PLE was grade A goodness. Even though we predicted most of this PLE, I thought they delivered in terms of match quality and story as well. We had a great opener with Breaker and Seth, fun match with Trick and Sammy for the US belt. We don't need to really mention Danhausen. Outstanding women's match with Asuka and the EO. Again, shout outs to Asuka. She picked up the torch after the Four Horsewomen left the original NXT brand, and she ran with it and did legendary things with it. So thank you, Asuka, for everything you've done. And man, John Cena announcement again, excited for that. And what a main event. I cannot wait to see what the Samoan Werewolf does next. But hey, you'll find out through us for the next PLE. But in the meantime, thank you all for listening. Please like, share, subscribe. You know how we do. 1, 2, 3. Stay nerdy, my friends.